Then it would have different departments like accounts, or let's say sales and marketing.
Yeah, a lot of departments.
Yeah, and like department one and like the other departments, right? So
Yeah.
the and then they would have one of the IT department, which would give all the departments subdomains and stuff like that, right? So let's
Yeah.
assume that accounts would have an IP range of 192.168.0.50 to 0.100, and then sales and marketing would have 101 to 120, and then department 1 has 121 to 150, and this one has 151 to 165, right? So let's assume these are the IP addresses of all the number of machines like
Okay.
PC. So you know what an IP address is, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Internet protocol.
yeah, right. So each of these PCs have a different IP address, and let's assume the admin PC has an IP address of 192.168.0.2. So let's assume the company allows you to test its network. What you would be doing is you would first get a guest IP address. So let's assume when you are a guest in the company, they'll allot you an IP address of
Mm-hmm.
192.168.0. Let's assume they give you 201. So when you
Mm-hmm.
connect as a guest, you'll also boot up your Linux Kali VM, and your Linux Kali VM would get another IP address which would be probably 202, right? This is your Linux Kali VM,
Okay.
and then it has an IP of 0.202. So when you start the scan, you would see all these IP address from 0.2 till 2 202, right?
Mm-hmm.
201, because you yourself would be. So when you boot up Linux Kali virtual machine and you start a network scan, you would find all the IP addresses with from 0.2 till 0.201, right? And then you can see, then you have to go for a deeper scan and find out which operating system they are running, and then which services. So I'll tell you what services are if you don't know, which services are running, which ports are open, and stuff like that. So like after we are done with all these scans, then the second phase goes in knowing how the network is and what they're connected, and then so all these comes into a phase called recon or reconnaissance.
So
And
yeah, and then I'm talking about the network. So do you have to know the network itself in order to do this testing?
yes, you need to know the network itself. So the first thing we do is in recon we scan the network so that we know what the
So
network
are you
is.
saying that I have to? So are you saying that I have to take another training of the network in order to do this?
No. So if you look at the course, when we start, I'll explain you what is networking, what are private and public IP addresses, what are the
Yeah.
networks, and how a website hosted. Then we'll go to reconnaissance. So what is reconnaissance? Why is it important? And in the reconnaissance part
Okay.
only, I'll teach you how to scan network and what networks are, and usually how they are hosted and stuff.